Good morning! It's me! Sorry, I'm being loud. I mustn't be loud. Ooh, can't get back to... There we go. So, how is everyone? Did you all have a wonderful new year? I hope you did. Bit of a rush for me this morning, has to be said. Hubby is going to see some friends for lunch and needed a lift to the station, and they'd got roadworks in town and we didn't know about them. So he ended up having to walk part of the way. Good morning. Good morning, Nora. Good morning, Ozpause. I can never remember your actual name. Aren't I dreadful? I was about to check to see that I am... Morning, Inika. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're well. Sorry, I've got some emails come through that I'm not expecting. How strange. Good morning, Lorna. So it's a weird day today here. Morning, Renea from Nevada. Ooh, is this your first time here? Or is this your first time of saying you're here? Kay. Thank you. I should remember. Kay in Kansas. Nothing to do with Australia. So, excuse me. So yes, slightly odd day today. Well, for a number of reasons. A, it's new catalogue day. Whoa, one of these. And I can actually show you the inside. Even better. Hello, Steffi. So, I was at the gym this morning. I normally go on a Monday and a Friday. Morning, Lorna. It's grey here. I normally go on a Friday and a Monday. But because of the bank holiday, I couldn't go yesterday because I go for group personal training sessions. So there's 3 of us and we do personal training together, but not necessarily doing exactly the same thing, but along the theme. So it works out cheaper and it's more fun because you're with other people. So I was there this morning at 8 o'clock. So I was leaving here about 20 to 8, I suppose. And the temperature, it was wet. Quite wet actually, and the temperature was about 6.5 degrees, and now it's 3 degrees. Not just placed your first order from the new catalogue. Whoa! There will be more. Yes, I have to say I'm feeling a little frail this morning because I was up last night to place the order for product shares. I always place that as soon as the catalogue goes live, but that means it's got to be second time watching you live. Yay! Excellent, Renea. With an A, yeah. So at about, I let 11 o'clock go because it goes live at midnight, but we work through the German time because that's where our European office is. So it's 11 o'clock for the UK, which is actually quite civilised. I let the first few minutes go by just to see if there were any major issues. Started placing the order, it was fine. And then it decided on my laptop it was not going to be fine, so I ended up having to do it on my phone. And I placed 2 orders, one for the product shares, which I've expedited, and one for the things that I wanted. I have to say, already also expedited, so I should get those tomorrow, theoretically, but it did mean that I was up until quite late. You're very welcome, Bee. So the only thing is that the New Horizon paper is not available in Europe at the moment. It should be with us before the end of the month, so I will get out product shares without that, and then I'll send that on when it arrives. So liked and shared. Don't forget, everyone. Thank you, Lorna. Yes, liking and sharing is caring. I'm just going to go and turn my heater off because I've not had the heating on in my studio over Christmas and the New Year because if I've not been in here, it's wasteful, which is fine, except I'm now in here and it's cold. So I've had a small fan heater going and it's going to burn my leg if I leave it on for much longer. So I'm just going to dip under the desk. And I'm back. So yes. Avis is watching from Kansas as well. Yay! So you two need to work out how close you are to each other. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, bless you, Inika. Thank you. Yes, caring, liking and sharing is caring. So I'm going to do my housekeeping. I'm going to wipe my nose. Excuse me, it's cold. My nose is therefore running. Oh. I have to say I spent most of the Christmas and New Year break with effectively a Q-tip on my nose, lateral flowing before meeting people. And I must do that again because I'm having my hair cut tomorrow, so I must make sure that everything's okay for that. So, today is Tuesday the 4th of January. I still haven't got my head around which day of the week it is, but it is Tuesday the 4th of January. It is just gone 11 o'clock UK time. If you are watching live, you will see a little red button in the top right-hand corner saying live, and we can interact. If you leave a comment, you have to log in to YouTube to do that, but you can leave a comment live, and I will react. Good morning, Jan from Florida, just like that. So that's that. Yes, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, working across France, Germany, Austria and the Netherlands as well. Hello, Jess. If you are watching on replay, you can still leave comments. It's just I won't be able to react to them, but you can do that by leaving a comment below the description bar. I will post this with a blog post later in the week, possibly today, see how I get on. And you will find the link for that when it goes live in the description bar below, and it's the associated blog post. If you are in the UK and would like to either buy from me or join my team, that would be lovely. It is my job. It's not just a hobby. I think that's everything. Yes, so I'm going to flip the camera down, assuming everything is working. I did put everything through its test before I took hubby to the station. Studio? Where did that come from? Anyway, I'm using Blessings of Home, which is a stamp set you've probably seen before, but it's nice and I want to do some blending. So it's really good for blends. I have nothing planned. Come on, it's me, and it's after a bank holiday week. Why would I have planned anything? Oh, and I'm on the wrong screen. I need to go back. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. I think I'm going to need a new mouse. There we go. It's chilly here this morning. Only 61 degrees. Do you know it was 61 degrees here on New Year's Day? It's a record. Oh dear, and we've got another troll. Excuse me, just going to get rid of someone. Report. I have no idea what they've been doing, but let's say it's that. Report. Okay. Right, so that's got rid of that. I may have to do that again, but we've got a troll, which I actually quite like, because it means that they must think that it's worth putting something up on my channel. Anyway, so yes, I want to do some blends work, and so I chose this. I may or may not, actually I will add in the papers. Let me grab those quickly, which are, no, that's not it. It's these ones. I knew it was in that little pocket. No, that's harvest. That's the harvest thingy. That's the harvest thingy from before. Ooh, I need to sort out my papers clearly. Let's bring them all down. The easiest way to find it is to bring down all of them. Oh, and I think that's it, isn't it? Yes, Heart and Home. It's this one. These are all of the papers. These are my ones. The others are on their way. Not going to need the gym later this week, because when they arrive I will be guillotining lots of things. So yes. Right. So I will use some of these. And I may actually use the denim ribbon as well, because that goes with. So let's bring that too. And if we need anything else, I will get it. So, how do you store your papers and punches? My papers, I have two storage units for my pattern papers. I have one that I've had forever, which is a slides, a sort of like shelf system. But I also have a Calyx square, or it would fit a Calyx square, which is upright, which I got from Storage by Rod, I think, but that's a UK. But there are lots of places available in the US as well. Yes, I think it was a Russian troll, Inika. And my card, I have it hanging in drawers in a filing cabinet below my desk, because this has a lot of light coming in, so it helps protect it. So, but I haven't switched over from mini catalogue to mini catalogue yet. So we are on pages 58, 59 and 60, 61. I may grab that, and I may grab that, she says, meaning she is going to. Bear with. See, I really didn't prep. I said I hadn't prepped, and I hadn't. No, not that one. Oh, that's helpful. That's the packet, but not the folder. There we are. There's the folder, and somewhere in here, there we are, I have these. So I've got the what do we call it? Hive 3D embossing folder and the doilies. So I'm going to start. I'm probably going to case this, actually. And by case, I mean do something similar but not the same. So this is on page 58 of the mini catalogue. I'm so pleased I can show it to you now. But I'm going to use, I think... Oh no, I will use the smaller one, the bigger one. Oh, I could split it. No, I'm going to use the smaller one. We had the same person, I think, earlier in the week. Or last week, I suppose I should say. So I've got my small floral, which I've put on my eye block. I think it would fit. It would fit the more rectangular ones, but I find this one easier to use. I have got a scrap. I thought I had a scrap of white. I shall use a piece then. I did have some. There we are. There's my scrap. So let's get rid of this. I'm going to keep the picture there so I can see it. But because I'm going to use blends, I need my Memento. You can actually use blends with classic ink as well, because you need a water-based ink rather than an alcohol-based ink, so you don't want to use StazOn. However, you do need to be careful that you don't go too light. Basic grey works quite nicely, as does early espresso. But I think Memento is probably the best. I've got a very runny eye, sorry. I inherited this from my father, God bless him. So, yes. It's just, one of those things. I'm going to die cut this before I colour it. And the reason I do that is because then if I make a bodge of the colouring, it's fine. And if I make a bodge of the die cutting, it's fine. That didn't really work, did it? I meant if I make a bodge of the die cutting, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't have spent all that time doing the colouring. Absolutely, we are so lucky we don't pay for COVID tests. I think we are one of the few countries where everybody, no matter what their income, gets free tests. Correct me, those of you in the US, I believe, certainly up until recently, that if you wanted to do I have no symptoms but I just want to make sure test, you had to pay. Because we've been lateral flowing like no tomorrow the whole way through. So we can just, you're not guaranteed to get any, because there was a shortage over Christmas, because obviously everyone was doing tests all the time. So yes, there was a bit of a shortage, and I think they're going to start making sure that people who really need them get them first. So, healthcare workers key workers, teachers, people like that. But am I right, those of you in the US, that you have to pay unless you... I mean, I think you can do it through your insurance. France, I believe that if you don't have symptoms, so therefore you're not doing a PCR, you have to pay €5. It's possible per test. It's possible you can get that back. I don't know. But yeah, and Ineke, what about in the Netherlands? Can you get free COVID tests, as in non-symptomatic lateral flows? I've now got black ink all over my finger. Tests. Be interesting to know, really. Anyway, so I've got that cut out. Very simple. The colours in the paper, and if I'm going to use some of the paper, it's useful to, follow. Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia, Garden Green, Cinnamon Cider, Basic Grey, Pale Papaya. Now, we don't have all of those colours in blends. Like, we don't have Garden Green, for example. Ooh, exciting stuff. We've got more blends coming. A lot of people are getting the tests you can buy at the store, so you can test at home. Otherwise, if you go to a health clinic, it's free. Oh, okay. But if you go to a health clinic, do you need to have symptoms? Or do you just turn up? Because we can just get a box of 7 free. And you can either pick it up from your local pharmacy, if you just go online to get a code to say you want some, or you... order from the government website, and they arrive in about 4 days-ish. They're meant to be 2 days, but... Right. Okay, so... But yeah, so I think one of the reasons we have such a high infection rate is because we're actually... Self-testing isn't free. The official ones are free, but long waiting lists. Oh, great! So if you've got COVID, you have to wait to be told you've got COVID. That's a marvellous idea, isn't it? Right, I'm going to go Fresh Freesia for the large and Pale Papaya for the small. Haven't decided which green I'm going to substitute. But yes, so, and I might, I might do Pale Papaya for the centre of these flowers. So this is dark Fresh Freesia. But yes, I think one of the reasons we have such a high infection rate is because we're actually testing people. So we're finding asymptomatic infections. So I don't think we've actually got a higher infection rate than anybody else. I think it's just that we know we have, if you see what I mean. And we've been doing that the whole way through, so I know that our infection rate has gone up. It's gone up in the same degree that it would anywhere else. It's just we know that we're picking up asymptomatic. I mean, someone I know got COVID over Christmas and could have sworn all she had was a cold, no temperature. Friend of mine, some weeks ago, before Omicron hit, she's actually immune suppressed, and she wouldn't have known she had it if she hadn't tested. People she worked with aren't vaccinated, and have school-age children, so surprise, surprise, they came into work with COVID. So yeah, but she said she wouldn't have known had she not been tested. But the way it works in the UK is that if you get a positive lateral flow test, you have to report that. I mean, you report whether you've got a positive or a negative, but they then ask you to get a PCR test, so the full kit and caboodle. So I think I'm going to go pale papaya. No symptoms free. Oh, symptoms free, go on the waiting list. Okay. So if you want to test just for the sake of testing, you go on a wait list. That makes some sense. But yeah, I mean, say over Christmas, I spent most of Christmas with a Q-tip up my nose. As did hubby. But at least we knew we were safe. Right, so those are the big flowers. The small ones I'm going to do in other end. I rarely use the brush end. All our tests are free. Sometimes they are hard to get, but allows us to test regularly. Now to watch Liz. Absolutely, B. I don't mind chatting about tests while I'm colouring, but yes, I think it's quite interesting to know what's going on in other countries. And I know we are kind of we're seen as the part of Europe that has the highest infection rate, but I don't actually think we do. I think it is just that we know. Right, so nearly done on the flowers. So that's all of the flowers done, and I am going to have to wipe my nose again. Thank you. Thank you, I'm glad you like them. I'm going to have a quick sip of coffee while I decide what colour to do the leaves, because we don't have garden green blends. So garden green is definitely a blue green. I'm tempted to go soft succulent. Let's see what's on the back of the paper, because sometimes the colours on the back of the paper are different. Not this time though. Okay, I'm going to go soft succulent because it is just a soft green. It will kind of blend into the background. Yes, that is soft succulent. So it may not look great. I'll just make sure I don't choose a paper that's got too much garden green on it. But I know soft succulent will work because these are part of the same in colour grouping. Now I'm going to say something that you will think I'm mad, but you know, I am, kind of. So, as we know, we've got Celebration. Well, I say we know. Anyone who doesn't know, we've got Celebration, which is a great time of year because it means that for every £45 or €60 that you spend on anything, so clearance rack, new product, stuff from the annual catalogue, whatever you want, for every £45 or €60, you get to choose a free Celebration item. So, any of you who like the soon to retire in colours, so that's Misty Moonlight, Magenta Madness, Cinnamon Cider, which I will mourn, Bumblebee and Just Jade. If you have the ink pads but not the re-inkers, may I suggest that now would be a good time to get the re-inkers. And also, if you like the card, now would be a good time to get the card before it sells out. Well, oh, sorry. Thank you, Avis. Yes, it's Blessings of Home. So it was one of the items that was available to demonstrators very early because we used it on stage. So yes, it's a really nice set. Let me bring in the case. Where is it? There we are. I'll pop that just there so you can see it. It's one of those suites that has two stamp sets. So it's this and something with bees, can't remember what it's called, but they're really nice to go together. I'll have a look in fact, where did I put the catalogue? Oh, there it is. Let's find out what the name of the other one was. Honeybee Home is the other one, which is this set. So again, it's lots more floral, so we've got things that look like a bit like snapdragons, lots of scripty sentiments rather than block sentiments, and lots of bees. So if you like bees, really good set to get. So yes. But yes, so now is a really good time to get anything that is in the 2020, 2022 in colours. because it means you'll get free product as well, which is just nice, particularly if you're at that point where you're nearly at another free product, but not quite. Add something that's in colourish, because that means it will pump it up. And we'll suddenly find in a couple of months, normally it's just after celebration, everyone suddenly realises that the in colours are going and they just go out of stock. And that's a particular thing if you are in Europe at the moment, because all our stock has to come from the US, which means it has to go on a shipping container. And at the moment we're not doing back orders because it was costing a small fortune for Stamping Up to send, you know, 3 things one week, another one the next week, another one the week after. So at the moment it's either orderable or not. So don't hang about, particularly if you're in Europe. That's just my advice. Have I missed anything? Good morning. Hello, Susan from New Hampshire. Thank you. So yes, it's Blessings of Home is the stamp set, and it's the smaller of the 2 florals, and I've just spotted a bit of a flower that I missed, which is there. So I haven't done brilliant colouring, but it's fine. So as I said, I am going to case the catalogue. So casing the catalogue is always allowed, so I'm casing this. I've done a lot more colouring than they have. I would suggest this is probably watercolour rather than blends. So what I now need is a circle of some description, then a doily, some bits of paper, a banner, etc, etc. So I'm going to pop that there and decide which colour doily I'm going to use. Good morning, Helen from Michigan. Ooh, it must be, is it? I would imagine it's quite chilly with you. Now, I haven't used Cinnamon Cider or Misty Moonlight, so I'm actually going to go with one of the grey, the basic grey doilies. Now, you can colour them any colour you want because there's white on the other side. So you could use a blending brush. That would be really pretty. Don't think we've got time for that this morning. So that will go on there, and that I think looks really nice. I like grey and mauve. I think that's a really nice colour combination. So that will be the colour combination. So I think I'm going to go basic grey card base, which I may have, may not. May not, indeed. That's fine, we can do one of those. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Top drawer. Basic grey at the back. Open packet, thank you. Now I am, in the next couple of weeks, I will be releasing the card packs that I'm going to be doing for the new catalogue. So if you want a mixed pack of card to go with the papers, I will be doing those. Oh, thank you, Nora. It's beautiful. I love it. I haven't used it enough, but I do love it. So yes, in the next week or so, I will be doing mixed card packs. So they're kind of like a product share, but they're mixed card packs like we used to have back in the day. So basic grey. I'm looking for my bone folder and it's in its home, which is why I can't find it. Then I want a piece of the patterned paper, and I'm going to go with a lightish pattern, and then I want a banner as well. So let's see what we've got. Oh, that's quite pretty. And those are, except it's got the green. Does the green? Not really. Doesn't really matter. That's definitely got the green. So I think we're going to go with that one. And which, that's on Oh, that would work, as we've got it anyway. Right, and that I'm going to use for my banner, and then I'll look at adding some other little bits as we go. So I'm going to cut a strip of this that is not quite as wide as the card base. So the card base is 10.5 centimetres wide. I need to get rid of my blends because they are in the way. So the card is 10.5 centimetres wide. So obviously if you're in North America it would be 8.5 by 11, 4.25 wide. Yes, 8.5 by 11. Yes, 4.25 wide. So I'm 10.5 or whatever it will be wide anyway. I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go 3.5. Where's my doily? Yep, that's about right. So 3.5 centimetres wide, and then I want a 2-inch wide piece of this that I do not want as long as the card, which is 15, just under 15 centimetres. So I'm going to go 4.5 and then trim it down to 2 inches, because then I can use one of my punches, because I'm lazy like that. And then I can use that for one piece, and oh no, don't want that one, because that's garden green. Ooh. And so I need to pick one of the other. I might use this one actually, because I think that might be a, yeah, I'll use that one, because we've got fresh freesia in the paper, colouring rather. So I just want a narrow piece. Thank you, Avis. However, this was right. Serious lack of, you were working with a serious lack of alcohol. Sorry, I was trying to read what you'd written, B, and I wasn't doing very well. Right, so a little piece of that. I'm going to have a little piece. So that was yay wide, not quite 3/4 of an inch. This one I'm going to have at 1/2 inch. I just want little pieces. So I want that piece. So those are my 2 little pieces. Right, then I will need some white to stamp on, but first of all I need a punch. And no, it's going to be the last one I pick up. No, do we not have that anymore? I thought we did. No, we don't. Okay. Fair enough. I was looking for that flag punch, but instead I can use good old tailor tag. Right, let's use this instead. You can cut it yourself, but I'm going to use the tailored tag, or whatever this is called. That to do my flag end, because it's easy. Right, so I'm going to stick this on. I'm going to find a piece of, right, we'll use the same stamp. I'm going to find a piece of white card, and I'm going to stamp this in basic grey to tie the grey in. And I've got, actually that's probably a better length and width, so I want basic grey. And oh, I've got 4 likes so far, thank you. So oh, except no, reverse, long piece. Just realised what I'm doing. So have a perfect birthday in grey, so basic grey. Pop that away. Right, so now we can put the card together. We'll need a few more bits, but basically we can put the card together. So This goes on first with some seal, and I'm going to start with a piece right across the top. I say right across the top. Actually, I'm going to come in a bit. I'm going to come in a teeny weeny bit. Or will I? No, I will be brave. I'm going to do that. And then down this side. And it's slightly longer, but not much longer than the card. And I'm deliberately doing this piece slightly inside the edge. And so I want this over this edge, towards this edge here. Now remember, with casing, you don't have to get it exactly the same. So if it doesn't end up looking quite how you intended, that's fine, because it was obviously intentional. So this, I'm going to pop a piece of, or a bit of seal on, and this is going underneath our card. It would be if I can lift that up. So I've got my team meeting tomorrow, and we've got all sorts of bits and pieces to share. We're doing a swap, which will be fun, so we'll be doing that at the end of the month with new product, and one of the team has already volunteered to coordinate that, so that's great. But it means that we can all share different things. I mean, they may all end up the same, but you know, potentially they'll be different. So it means we get ideas from each other. So that's that. The next thing to go on is my flag, which I'm going to do sort of central. By flag, I mean banner. So yes, we do our team meeting on Zoom because we're spread to the four winds, but it means we can all be together. We have a lady in Germany. We're basically all over the UK, apart from Ireland. Haven't yet got anyone join me from Ireland. So I'm just going to shape those ends a wee bit and then pop this on. I can't decide whether to deliberately offset it. I think I might deliberately offset it this way, actually. I am one of those people that if you're not going to do things absolutely ping on, it's much better to do them not ping on at all. Right, so then we've got a little bit of this, and I think the easiest way to do that is to stick it and then chop it. So I'm going to stick this on, don't need that much glue really. And that's sort of going in the right, except the bit that I chose, of course, it isn't going in the right direction. Oh well, it'll be fine. It's going to be covered up anyway, mostly. I'll go a little bit higher up. Ooh. So I'm just using the catalogue as a guide. I'm not using it as a Bible. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. It just has to be, you know, an inspiration from. Of course, that now cuts slightly ahead, but never mind. And then this I'm going to put a little bit longer. It's going to be covered up, but I'll know it's there. In fact, I might put it down there and go a lot longer. I'm going to go there and go quite a lot longer and cut it. Ooh, I could cut it at an angle, couldn't I? Let's do that. So that's that. Then I want my piece of thing, although in the catalogue they do it the other way around, so they do the pieces first, second rather, but I quite like that. This was not deliberate, I would hasten to add. That was because I got it wrong. Right. So, and I'm not bothering with a circle of card behind this. I don't think it needs it. Gosh, you're all, I hope, watching patiently. but you're all being very quiet. I know they were at that point where you watch. And we'll go there. Then I need my ribbon, which I now seem to have buried somewhere. Oh, there it is. So I need my ribbon. So I want a piece of ribbon that comes longer. I'm not quite sure why they've gone off the top of the card. That seems a little unnecessary, because potentially it won't fit in the envelope. Just saying. Right, that's that, and I want, now let's have a look. They used linen thread. I'm wondering whether no, grey granite won't work. So let's use some linen thread. Oh, and I've got a little piece. I know I have, there we are. A little piece of linen thread. Oh, that's going to be too small. No, change my mind. My prerogative, I can change my mind if I want to. Right, so let's pop those so that they are roughly the same length, and then I'm going to cut them at angles. Don't panic, we're all still here, just engrossed. Jan is watching while she's at work. Sounds like a plan to me. I know this is the moment where you all go quiet. It's just a little disarming when suddenly there's no comments. But I can see that there are people still here, so it's fine, although one person has dropped off. Isn't it sad that I can see this? Right, so piece of linen thread. I'm just going to wrap it round once before I then, might need a bit more. Yep. Might need a bit more still. Thank you. Right, so I'm going to tie it in a half knot, and then I can adjust everything because I want everything up the way. I do like using twine and things. I don't use it nearly enough. I went really rogue yesterday. I did some crafting ready for blog posts, and some of what I've done is going to be a bit of a surprise, I think. Watching on TV and interacting on the phone. That sounds like a plan, Nora. So you're watching big and just interacting on the phone. Right, there we go. And then let's chop that about there. Pop that back in its little bag. So this is going to go behind my flowers about there. Ooh, far too long. I can cut it short. It's fine. I can cut off. I just can't add on. So I need Seal Plus down here to stick that down. Probably need, actually I'll put a glue dot on the back of the knot. Come on. Thank you. So let's spread those a little bit, get rid of that, it's in the way. So that there. Need another bit of, oop, no, that needs to go over that way a bit. It's fine, it's going to be covered up. I know it's skew with, but it's going to be covered. It's fine. Come on. Thank you. Now, if you have trouble with your Seal Plus not wanting to adhere to ribbon, I would highly recommend that you use Terran tape. More hearts for Liz and hit the thumb. Oh, thank you, Inika. Right, so I'm going to chop there and there. And now I can pop this on. So that's going to go there on dimensionals, and I'm going to go, actually, no, I'm going to go white. I was thinking about going black because it's going on basic grey. Gosh, these have been well cut. It's going on basic grey, which I think of almost as being black, but I think it's just a bit too dark. As in the black dimensionals would be just a bit too dark. I'm using a reasonable number because it's going over ribbon, so it needs as much adhesive help as it can get, but I'm not going to go mad. So that goes there. And then I'm going to, although it will take a while to dry, but that's fine, I will leave it while it's drying. So creative. Sometimes I just get a block and can't get my cards to be what I want them to be. Yes, but remember, I'm casing. This is exactly why I like to case on lives, is because it means, you know, we all do it. It's allowed, and whether you're casing from the catalogue or from Pinterest, it's fine. All I would say is if you're doing it from Pinterest, just acknowledge where you got the inspiration from. I'm always happy if anyone wants to case my creations, always happy. You don't need to ask. Just case away. Just give me some acknowledgement that you've done it. So, you know, if you're sharing on Instagram or anything, you can just share that you got it from me. And that's fine. Very happy. Now, I am just going to encourage those to adhere by popping a couple of blocks on them. Where's the glue? There it is. That's just while it's doing its final stick. I am going to use one more glue dot behind here because that is going to irritate the bejeebers out of me otherwise, because it's sticking up way too much. But this is a cased card. So, you know, I walked in here this morning having had a nightmare of a morning dropping my husband off, not at the station because of the roadworks. Sorry. And I was actually going to do something completely different. And then I thought, no, I'm going to case because I haven't got my brain going. So yeah, casing is just, as Steffi says, casing is a good way to break the creative block. Just case. There's masses of inspiration in the catalogues. And what you can do is, I haven't got my annual catalogue here, it's over in the main house. What you can do is you can look at something from maybe the annual catalogue and change it by using items from the mini catalogue or vice versa. You know, don't feel you have to do it exactly the same. You can change it up. I've changed it up. This is not the same card as this one. I mean, you can see it's the same, but it's not identical. But yeah, casing the catalogue's good. Case. Just change things a bit. Use the colour scheme. Those sorts of things. Anyway, while that's drying, let me flip the camera up if my mouse would like to work. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Avis. Right, let me flip the camera up again and stand so that you can see all of me. Good, I'm glad Kay and Avis are finding out where they are. Because wouldn't it be awesome if you were near enough that you could craft together? Thank you, Lorna. Yeah, I think I like the cinnamon cider here, but I think it's too distracting. Particularly as I haven't used cinnamon cider. I think they did use a bit of cinnamon cider in the small flowers, which is probably why they did that. But this has the E from case, meaning edit. Indeed. Or it can be copy and copy and share everything, copy and edit, all sorts. Thank you, Susan. Right, hopefully that is now glued. Yes, it is. So that is our finished card. I'm just going to flip the camera down again so that you can see it properly. This mouse is really doing my head in. So let me use that just... So that's the final card. And just those little dots of glue mean that these stay where you want them to be, which can be quite nice. So yeah, let me now go small again and back so I can see you. So thank you Inika. Thank you Steffi. So that's kind of me for the day. It's now 10 to 12, near enough, just gone. So I'm 100 miles northwest of Topeka. I love the fact that in America, 100 miles is almost dropped like it's no distance at all. And in the UK, that would be a really long way. Oh, and I may get my new car this week. Our new car this week. Anyway, that's another thing. Always great to follow your career. Thank you, Inika. So, as I said earlier, and as some very kind people have been saying, if you've enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Any questions or comments after the live, do leave those below the description bar. I will get photographs of this taken and I will try and post it on my blog later in the week, maybe today. Almost lunchtime there and you're ready for breakfast. Yeah, I'm on a diet, so no lunch for me today. Almost 6 a.m. Yeah, sorry, 7 a.m. Thank you, Jess. So, thank you very much indeed. I will be back again on Thursday afternoon, 3 o'clock UK time, for more fun and games. Thank you everyone for joining me this morning. Have a fantastic day, morning, afternoon, evening, night, etc. Keep safe, keep well, keep healthy, and I hope to see some of you on Thursday. Okay, fare thee well. My mouse definitely needs replacing. I've just put a new battery in and it's still not working properly. Hey ho. Bye bye.